Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings with your host, Callie Lunt. I love coming live at Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, just to help you guys get a high vibe, get your next step in life, and build a plan that you enjoy towards your manifestation. So I always start these shows with a general for the collective, so that if you can't join live, you can at least come back and get a message that's going to help you in the first, 3 to 10 minutes. I kind of let spirit guide this. Sometimes it's a short message, sometimes it's a long message. After that, for those of you who are able to join live, I dive into free mini reads for 30 minutes. After that, I do ask if you guys want the show to continue or if you want to guarantee that you get your personal message. Then I ask for an encouraged super chat of $20. Let's see, is there any other announcements? I'm available for personal readings right now. Let me drop that link really quick for you guys in the chat. And I think it's also in the description of this. I also have my Law of Attraction course up on the website. You can buy it, do it yourself, or you can grab it in a live mastermind with me if you want that up close and personal support in your life, if you want to have some manifesting peers along your side. And my signature course, Becoming Who You Really Are. So anyone who thinks they're damaged because of their childhood, this course fixes that. That is also, I just got the copy up on my website. I do have to make some tweaks to it and everything. But that is available as well. So without further ado, let us get to the general message for today. For today, we would just like for you to sit and ponder. Sit and ponder and actually give yourself some acknowledgement and credit for how far you've come and what you're even focusing on now. Because many of you aren't even giving yourselves credit for how far you've come. All you're doing is looking at, I'm not where I want to be. It's going to be so much work to get there, which is low vibe and you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be manifesting your next step, and you're not going to be enjoying the journey to get there. Instead, it's got to be man, a year ago, this is what I was struggling with. Whoa, 3 months ago, I was struggling with this. Hey, I'm now able to have access to thoughts of, I want success, thoughts of, show me what it feels like to feel accomplished, universe. 3 months ago, I couldn't even access those thoughts. So that's how it works. We break this down in the course, the manifesting course with Kelly. Step 1, you do the ask to the universe. Step 2, the universe aligns stuff. Step 3 is where you receive. Step 4, you get so good at receiving, your life is like ask, receive, the synchronistic flow. Step 5 is how do you navigate that vibrational contrast? Step 3, receive those. You either receive the end goal that you want, the husband, the money, the vacation, or you receive the next step. And the more that you can celebrate that next step, AKA just enjoy it, that's when you're living in alignment. So you rapidly manifest, living life in the flow, living life with ease. So if you used to think relationships were horrible and trapping, and yet you're still, but I want a husband. If you're now at a point where you're thinking, wow, I actually see how enjoyable it will be to have someone in my life. I can't wait to be kissed and cuddled. You just received the next step. You have access to better feeling thoughts and better feeling emotions around that topic. We need many of you today to start celebrating the better feeling thoughts you have access to and the better feeling emotions, so that you can be congratulating yourself, acknowledging and celebrating, look how far I've come, so that you feel on your path. Once you feel on your path, once you're on a path, you see the next step. You see the next step. Many of you are just manifesting reassurance to fill on your path, and that's how you get there. And with that, they're saying we invite Kelly to pull a couple tarot cards to finish the general, and then we will go into some live mini reads. We got DJ Wendy in the house from Mexico. What's up? I've been to Playa del Carmen. Tulum is kind of my favorite right now in Mexico. Oh, we got Autumn in the house. What's up, Autumn? All right, let's finish off this general message. Oh, yeah. It's kind of just like admitting that you're tired of living life feeling kind of like left out in the cold. Like, that's it. I'm done with that. I no longer want to feel left out in the cold. I'm tired of just feeling left out and not included. Um, and there's also the second step in there of recognizing I rested, I recuperated, I hibernated, and now I'm ready to live life. Now I'm ready for more energy flowing through me. I'm ready to be able to maintain my sense of peace, my harmony, my manifestations while having more people around me. Universe, show me what it feels like to feel embodied, blissful, happy, and achieving success and feeling accomplishment. By the way, for those of you who are, I need the drive, I need the hustle. What you're looking for is a feeling of accomplishment. If you focus on universe, show me what it feels like to feel accomplished, you'll soon see yourself start picking up and getting more work done. But back to the reading. It's I've rested, I've recuperated, I've rejuvenated, and now I'm ready to be more in harmony with community, manifesting in good, cool people to do cool things with, and be on track for my life mission. And it's really about admitting that like this new life that you want to create, like it's kind of like I don't want to call it new life, but the next chapter in your life is actually like a whole new book. So it's when you're gonna go from like single to married, or from like married to children. So you're ready to create and write that next book of your life. It's just really acknowledging though that it's people that you want in your life, that it's community that you want in your life, that it's I'm ready to do this with partnership. Whether it's a friend that you check in, hey, here's what I'm going to get done every day. Hey, here's what I'm cooking and eating every day. It's like you're ready for that like daily kind of touch point account, not and like accountability, but also that just that companionship. So yeah, you guys are really wanting some companionship, and you're also like, universe, I've rested. Thank you for that downtime I had. I'm ready to see how having kids is possible while running a business. And guys, you can start asking your questions now. We're gonna have the mini reads. I'm gonna keep talking until I see your questions. I'm ready to see how it's possible to have children and maintain the life I had. I'm ready to like start showing me the vision, universe. Show me the vision of what my life could look like when I'm making $20,000 a month. Show me a way that my business could be structured so that I can see myself having children and running my business. Like it's time to kind of start doing those asks to get the vision from the universe. You're building a house in Tulum? Nice. You know, I do kind of, well, when I was there, I was a tourist. So I went to the, what are those called? Oh, I'm forgetting the name of them. You go and swim underground. I'm totally forgetting the name of those. But you know, you got to climb down a ladder and go swim. I wish there was just a big public version of that, though, instead of the tourist one. Hey, Concha, what's up? Canote. Thank you. Yeah, I loved going to the canotes, but I kind of wish that there was just a big old public one where we could just like chill all day and there were like vendors with smoothies or something. Although the private ones, they were pretty chill too. That was fun. I swam around with my moms, and I'm just waiting for people to ask their questions. Oh, canote. Cenote? Option 1, canote. Option 2, cenote. I did try that cheese that you told me to try. OXA. I don't know how to pronounce the cheese either. Cenote. Okay. Thank you. That cheese, Concha was out of that world, the tacos. And it was funny. Hey, Brandon, what's up? Hey, Brandon, I'm on the personal reads parts. No one's asked a question yet. So if you want a reading, Brandon, now's the time to snag it. So Concha, when I was there, my mom and I, because the prices were so cheap, mom was like, well, it's this much. Like, what are they going to give us? Like 2 little tacos? Like, well, let's get tacos, this, and this. And we ended up getting like 5 full plates of food. Mom and I looked at each other. And we were like, what? She's like, Kelly, it was only like $5. I'm like, let's eat. So I thought that was pretty funny. We'll ask your question then, Concha. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Happy Monday. Yeah, happy Monday. Happy high vibe mornings, guys. And put good thoughts for this show growing and we get more people coming live. If you guys don't want to ask a question, I'll just keep pulling tarot cards and do a general. People seem to get a beautiful growth just from my generals. I do have some exciting announcements. If you guys want a personal reading, that is available right now. I'm still going to do those a little bit longer, but I am putting in thoughts to grow my business. And so if you've already worked with me in a mastermind or a course, I sent an email out about an OG club I'm running, which is a pretty cool offer. Pretty cool. So check your email if you want the details on that. My Law of Attraction course is now up and available on my website to buy, and my Becoming Who You Really Are course, I just got that up. It's still a little rough. I have to go through and proofread it and take out some of the template copy, and I actually need to add the purchase button to it, but it's up on my website. So that's my exciting announcements. And I'm just, and like the general, they were saying, receive the end goal, but also just receive the next step. I'm allowing myself to feel proud of myself for, hey, I'm actually showing up to work every day and on time. And today I actually showed up having meditated, having eaten breakfast, and I actually started work an hour before this. So it's when you're celebrating those, I showed up to work on time, right? Because I could either be, I showed up to work on time, I got my new routine down, or it could be, well, I don't have that VIP client yet. It's like, which way are you going to look at it? I'm showing up on time. That means more people are going to see me. That means I'm going to be feeling even better. When I'm feeling even better, I'll be taking more action. I've got the copy written for my course. I just need to add the sign up button in. And then, like, you have two ways to view everything, guys. I notice that I don't have a lot of space capacity for new information. I get overwhelmed with news, etc. I have to meditate daily. Is this just a well-oiled machine, or I'm curious what spirit says? Okay, that's a good question. So if anyone's just like bombarded with people asking for help, or people like, aren't you worried Trump got elected? Which I find that funny when people ask that, because when I looked at the numbers, I'm like, more than half of America voted for him. So more than half the people that you asked that question to probably voted for him. So I find that a little funny. Okay. So if you're just getting bombarded with like questions, if you are not able to take in new information because you're just overwhelmed, this reading is going to help you. I can guarantee you, Concha, it's not a well-oiled machine, because you're feeling overwhelmed. You're not in alignment, right? Oh, well, Concha. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. You're hitting an upper limit, and your upper limit, everyone, there's this book called The Big Leap. It talks about upper limits. In there, there's 4 main ones that he found. They're just like limiting, the 4 main limiting beliefs that keep you from hitting your ultimate success. One is more money, more problems. Oh, if I make more money, I'll also have to pay more taxes, and I don't want to deal with that hassle. The fear of outshining people. Well, if I'm successful, then that will hurt my mom's feelings. If I'm well, who am I to have love and money? What about all those people like starving in there's so many world things going on right now that people are starving in, more money, more problems, outshining. Oh, the fear of ostracization. Well, if I'm successful, I'll lose all my friends. Oh, and the 4th one is I'm inherently flawed. I can't possibly hit that success. I'm inherently flawed. So those are the 4 common beliefs that you hit when you're upper limiting. Concha, yours is a unique one. Yours is you're hitting an upper limit of being smart, of being competent. It's like a hold on, I'm making too many good moves right now. And like from them right now, they're saying that you've also hit like a smart streak, and you're not used to being able to like pull so much off, and you're not used to be able to like analyze things and come to conclusions. They're saying like half of you is like analyzing things, taking in logical information, and the other half of you is relying on your intuition. And it's like, it just seems like it's starting to happen so fast that you're like, hold on, I'm normally not this smart. So that's your upper limit. What we would suggest is to be at a place of, I'm embracing my newfound skill sets of logic and smarts. I'm now embracing that I could have these smarts, the skill sets of analyzing, logic, research, feeling competent, and have an amazing man in my life. You're just used to when you were younger, you got men who likes the youthfulness. They like the youthfulness, like the playfulness. They didn't need you for the smarts. But, Kelly, there was a date or a hike she was on with a man, and she laughed and made a comment of like, "Yeah, I know that guys tend to like younger women, blah blah blah." And all he said was, "Whoa, stop that right there." It's kind of like the news. The news reports about 1%. He's like, there is a percentage of men who that's all they want, but that's not everyone. And then Kelly was drawn to like a little blog by a guy who said, he's like, I'm 47 and I like to go for women who are at least 55. He's like, this knocks out all the conversation of children, and I don't want to have that conversation. She was drawn to another man's blog who's in his 30s. I actually prefer older women. They don't seem to expect and demand immediate responses, and they don't downward spiral if you don't respond within an hour. They allow me to work, but allow me to be committed to them as well. Of course, she saw ones who are, I only want the 18-year-old virgin. But it's embracing that there's a man who's going to love me just for me. And Concha, you've worked with us in the Becoming Who You Really Are course. This is internal shifts. Do that meditation often. The external shifts, do that one once or twice because you have had an upgrade in your external world. The internal shifts is you're getting used to being competent, in short. Yeah, conscious. So right now it's like you're just at this like threshold of a new life. And it's kind of like the analogy I could give you is you're at the start of a bridge, but you're like not wanting to walk over it. It's because you're like, wait, I'm going to walk over this bridge. And on the other side, it's going to be peaceful harmony. I'm going to have love. I'm going to feel like I'm on my path, feel like I'm serving my world service, and I'm going to feel competent. No. It can't be that easy. Like that's what's going on right now for you. I relied on my intuition. I didn't need to think about it. Okay, but I want to challenge that, Concha. Is he of the light or not? Oh, DJ, I'm so fucking curious about Elon Musk. And I'll answer that question. I kind of think I like what he's doing with space myself. I don't know everything about him. I don't watch every clip out there, but I'm kind of I think Elon's cool. But I'll pull cards on it and ask spirit for sure. Okay, but Concha, when you say I have relied on my intuition, I didn't need to think about it at all. Okay, that's what I'm going to call bullshit. That's your upper limit right there. Because your intuition can give you yes or no's, right? And you can 100% make like shit tons of money off the stock market from intuition alone. Okay, but that's where you're just like, oh my God, I don't know why, but spirit's saying buy this one. And you buy it and people ask, what made you buy it? You're like, I don't know. That's what my spirit guides told me to buy. And I'm not knocking that because I've done that before. And sometimes I still do that. But you're discrediting knowledge that you've already acquired, right? Because when you guys are in the process of acquiring knowledge, that's where you have to like repeat the information. That's where you have to like, look at note cards. That's where you have to like share with people what you're learning so that you like embody the information. Like you've already embodied a lot of the information. So you're discrediting it. And it's kind of like, Concha, the best example we can give you is like Kelly saying, it's not me, it's spirit. But Kelly is the human that has a natural inclination towards reading psychology books, towards meditating. Her saying, it's not me, it's just spirit, is discrediting the hours she spends meditating every day, is discrediting the psychology books she reads. We can channel to you guys and sometimes get a lot deeper than other channels because Kelly is willing to read those psychology books. She is willing to go, hey, actually, you're the narcissist. A lot of light workers who just rely on spirit, they aren't willing to push back with clients and go, I'm going to call bullshit on you. You're actually the narcissist. Here's why, but here's what we could do about it. So do you see how we wouldn't want Kelly going, oh, it's just spirit. We need her to own that she's willing to hold space for people, to love them, to push back when like when the client is the asshole, not the other person. She can do the shadow work. She can do the light work. That's her. It's her and us combined. For you, it's your logic and your intuition combined. Otherwise, you're going to be, oh, I just manifested good people to live with me. And it's because there's just a little part of you that doesn't want to give up that like youthful spirit. But there's a book that Kelly's reading right now. Did you hear us say that? She's channeling us. But we're saying there's a book that Kelly's reading right now. We wouldn't be able to give you this information if she wasn't naturally inclined and interested to read books like this. But it kind of talks about three ways of being. There is, the first bit of your life, that youthful innocence, that whatever we put our mind to, we can do. And it's that purity, it's that simplicity. You have that rich inner world. You put a cape on and you're like, I'm Superwoman. You have that rich inner world. That's like the book Don Quixote, though. He sees windmills, and because he has that rich, youthful inner world, he's like, those are trolls. Let's go fight them. So there's a lot of beauty to the youthful innocence and purity and imagination and fantasy. But that's where it tends to be people who short-term chase, short-term satisfaction, that don't build something long-term, that when they look back, they go, wow, that was worth it. Once you recognize, though, that you're not pure, maybe the first time you recognize, oh, I was the asshole, or you're like, oh my God, I actually didn't want to share my food. I wanted to save that for myself later. People can use their purity, and then they go to the second stage, which is the complex man, which is where it can't be easy. Maybe I'm not getting this because of my worthiness issues. Oh, I must not have healed my mom's issue all the way. Now I need to go do womb healing. Inner child work was great, but now I need to go heal the womb damages. And you say complicate shit. I can't be happy because people are starving at the border. I can't be happy because of this war there. I can't be happy because my country is donating here or there. You're in your head. And it's because you're half in the imagination land of the kid, but you lost that purity. So now you're in the head of, I just wish there was justice in the world. Okay. Then there's the third stage, which is Satori, enlightenment, Zen. The first and the third look exactly the same from the outside. It's two people who are just happy to be eating their sandwiches. The second man will be, who am I to eat and enjoy the sandwich when there's people starving, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but the difference between the first and the first is, I don't know, my mom just packed my bag for me. Oh, I don't know, my intuition just guided me to the stock. The third one can make the connection between the inner world and the outer world. Those are windmills, but yeah, let's pretend they're trolls and have a fight with them. It's where the story from the book was, it was Mother Teresa and the Western man. The Western man was, Mother Teresa, isn't it terrible? There's 10,000 refugees coming in. Where are they going to sleep? Where are they going to eat? They're going to starve. And Mother Teresa was just feeding the toddler in her arms and goes, no, not so bad. This child just took a bite to eat. She's aware of what's going on, but she's paying attention and being in the moment with what's in front of her. That's Satori. And they're asking, do you understand? Yes, that's what I feel. Yes, I'm not used to using my brain as much as I have been. Yeah, so you're just developing a new skill set. I've relied on my intuition. I think he's the light. Neuralink scares me. I can understand why Neuralink scares you. I haven't read up on that company, so I have no actual immediate knowledge of it. But I think it's kind of cool. I want to be able to live well past 100 in a very healthy body. If they can come up with a way, because I know your ears and your eyes, as of right now, the body doesn't have a way to regenerate that. Our skin, as we get older, we can take supplements like collagen. And I've been starting to see NAD pop up on my news feed, which I need to go read up on that a little bit more before I start taking it or anything, or maybe not take it. But I know for our eyes and our ears, those are cells that can't regenerate. If there's someone like Elon Musk that can do Neuralink and make it so that when I'm 120, I could still see, whoo, I want to be 120 years old. I want to be that grandma, that great grandma who's like, heck yeah, kids, I made all the money. Let's just go to the moon. Concha saying that makes perfect sense. Okay, good. Concha got her message. And guys, so feel free to comment your questions for what you would like a mini read on. Don't forget, guys, I go free the first 30 minutes. After that, I do ask. If you guys want that, I go Monday through Friday, high vibe mornings and free mini reads for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, if you guys want the show to continue, I do ask for super chats. Of course, if you super chat, You can ask a personal question of where you want me to focus on you, or just a question in general, like Elon Musk. Um, but you can also just come back in and join the next day when I'm free. So let's get to the Elon Musk question. And Brandon, you didn't have any questions? So someone who's asking, is Elon Musk of the light? What does she need to hear? Oh, so there's a little bit for DJ Wendy. You're a little bit of, oh, we just talked about like the child, the complex man, the enlightened man. There's a little bit of you that's still in the child, and that's okay, guys. At any time, life is about cycling between the three of them, like it is. So once someone's reached a Tory, it's not like you've reached it, you're there forever. Sometimes something will happen, you'll go back to complex man, you need to meditate, get back into alignment, then you're back there. Sometimes it's like you'll revert, you know what I mean? So it's a cycle between the three, okay? But there's a bit of you there. And there's a bit of you that, I mean, being blunt, man, that's trying to prove how good of a person you are. If I had that money and those smarts, I'd be helping people on earth. See, universe, why am I not getting more money? Because I would be good with it and actually help people on earth with it. Why is Elon Musk trying to like colonize Mars when there's people on earth he could help? So there's just a little bit of, wouldn't it be idyllic if he applied his knowledge here on earth? But I want to tell you, I don't know if you guys know about Ty Lopez. And again, I'm not supporting any of these people. Okay. I'm just like kind of high vibe mornings with Kelly Lunt and free mini reads. He's buying a lot of farmland, and he's actually I call Elon Musk space daddy and I call Ty Lopez earth daddy. Because he's really big on farming and like rotational crop farming, so that you actually work with the land. He doesn't really believe that you have to add a lot of like additives and pesticides and crap to the land. He's like, no, if you just learn how to rotational crop, I'm using the wrong words, but like crop rotation. He's like, then the different plants regenerate the soils for the crop the next season. And he's like, and farming, he's like, animal farming, it only produces all that CO2 and bad stuff if you do it in like a small way inside of a farm. If you do it with open grazing and grass fed, it's actually good for the environment. You'd have to go follow him more for like more of that information. So there's different people solving different problems. Yeah, all I can say is they're not really giving is he of the light or not. There's just more. And DJ Wendy, feel free to comment back on this read and ask more questions, okay? If I had a lot of money, I would be good. Here's why I'm worthy of money, universe. That's you justifying why you're worthy of your manifestation instead of just being with your manifestation and enjoying it. Anytime you're trying to justify why you should get money, why you should get anything, like you're not in the vibration of your manifestation. If you are a default expectation, yeah, I like, for me, if you guys have been watching the show, it'd be like, I do expect clients soon. I went on my website and I realized every single link to purchase from me was broken. I became aware of my problem. I now have 2 working buttons to work with me. My law of attraction course, I wrote the copy to my Becoming Who You Really Are course. I need to get the purchase button on that site still. But once they're up, do you guys see how my default expectation could be, okay, I now expect clients. I now see a path for clients to come. And then once I get all the buttons on my website working, you see how it's like, all right, universe, my website's up and running. I'm attracting those who are attracting this information, guide them to me. I'm willing to put in work, energy, and effort. I'm willing to do my part. What would you have me do to help find those who are manifesting this information, find it? That's all. This is why it's possible for me. When you're at a place of justifying, it's like, universe, I fixed my website. I did a good job. I went out of my comfort zone and I meditated. Like, the client should be here. So it's not really about Elon Musk for you. It's really more about, I'm ready to feel worthy of having more money in my life. But also what this is really about for you, Wendy, like there's an element of money to this read for you that you want more money, but it's really more about you being creative. Oh, and hi, Jenny. Any guys come comes through me for romance. So Jenny, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the read with DJ Wendy. If you want me to answer that today, now would be a great time to smash the super chat button. Or you can come join tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, because I go free the first 30 minutes for the show. After that, I do ask for super chat donations to keep the show going. And you're saying exactly the old way of farming. Yeah, so it's kind of like let Elon Musk off the hook. And because, part of life is about recognizing that it's about you tapping into your passion. And that's why, because you got the Ace of Embers. So a lot of this is definitely about more money in your life, but this is really more about you embracing your creativity, your claim to fame, your passion, right? Like I like reading psychology books, guys. I love reading psychology books. I love reading like myth books. I love reading spiritual books. You wouldn't want me to build your car. Logic is taking what's inside of your brain and putting it onto paper. Logic is taking what's inside something and putting it on paper. So logical people can build like floor plans. They could like architectures, like engineers. They can go, how does a machine work? And they could put it on paper. Logic. Okay, but then there's the intuitive people who they say we're irrational, but I'm going to give you guys an updated definition of irrational. Irrational is where we make sense of the world through our senses. So I can like sniff and I could go, oh, over that. Like when I was out backpacking and what's that? Yosemite. I was like, oh guys, over that way. Well, this is example sake, okay? That way we'll find like mangoes and like this kind of food. That way, like, oh, I don't think you should scout that way. If you scout that way, it's gonna be swampy and you're gonna sprain your ankle. And like I was like, how do you know that? I'm like, it's swamp. I could smell it. And they're like, it was an engineer. Like, you can't know that. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna follow you. Sure enough, he came limping back. Was like, I sprained my ankle. All of it was really swampy. It came out of nowhere, just like Kelly said. So there's a pro and a con to both of us, right? We wouldn't have cars if it was just me, because I don't know how to do that. I know how to smell, how to hear, how to like sense, get messages from spirit. So does that make sense? Like let Elon Musk off the hook for solving problems that aren't his natural passion. And I can tell you it's going to help you. And like you got the karma card here too. So this is kind of like definitely one of the soul lessons you came down to learn. It's letting people off who have like money and the means to not solve problems they don't want to solve. And I'll give you a personal example. I was even thinking, I was like, hey, universe, one thing that would be really cool when I get like fully up and running again to the awesome success I had last time I ran this business. I think it'd be cool if I were the person funding studies on hippy dippy stuff. Like just all the hippy dippy stuff us hippy dippy, all natural, organic people love to do. I'm not, let's see. I don't even like people have been talking about like vampire facials. I'm like, what if I was the person funding the studies of that to show if it's worthwhile or not? And I was like, oh my God, and I could test this and this and this. And then my spirit guys just came back and said, Kelly, that's great and all. You might want to do that. Here's what that would look like if you do that. You also might hit a point where you're like, fuck it. I like making this much money with my babies and us just going around having fun. And when they show me like, because if you wanted to do the hippy dippy research and fund it, here's what that would look like. Would you want to do that? And there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, no, I wouldn't. They were like, yeah, so why don't you just commit to, I'm ready to help more people, get my website up and running, call in my clients. If I'm getting ready for them, they were getting ready for me, line us up in perfect harmony, help me get in complete alignment in my business, call in my mate. And they're like, and then when you start making good money, why don't you fund one or two and just see how you like it? So this is also, DJ Wendy, this is also about you getting out of black or white thinking. I'm either all in or not at all. So this is healing that perfection wound from childhood. It's like, and like guys, who cares? I don't have like, there's a lot of broken links on my website, but if you want to master law of attraction, those links are working. I think I have the link in my description. If not, write a comment after the video post and I'll like just comment the links to you. You can buy it, do it yourself at your own pace at home, or you could buy it in a live mastermind that is run month to month. So stay in as long as you want or cancel anytime. You can just log in, go to billing and hit cancel anytime you're ready to graduate. right? Like, I have one way people can easily work with me on my website right now. I should be celebrating that and go, all right, universe, bring them to me. If I just focus on, but I have the link to my meditation's broken. Like, you're letting go of that, Wendy. And so, DJ Wendy, that was a lot I just threw at you. Do you have any questions, comments, thoughts that you want to ask on that topic? Um, yeah, and thanks for joining, everyone. I love doing this, and I can't do it without you. My goal is for this show to help you guys just get high vibe, hear what your next step is. Okay, I got to focus on embracing my creativity. Um, I got to focus on normalizing. And that's why, Concha, they told you to do the internal shifts meditation. It's normalizing. I have a lot of knowledge in my head. I'm ready to give that credit. Your next step, as well as build a plan to your end goal or your manifestation that you enjoy, because that's what's going to help you get there, right? Elon Musk. I watched some old interviews of him back in the day when people, like most of the people liked him, or at least the media liked him. And he's like, I just think it would be really cool if, if everyone just focused on how they can make the world better. And if they're like, I just want to be a really good mother and raise good humans, he's like, that's great. But I also just think it'd be really cool for humanity to say, we made it to space and we made it so that we could live in space. Like, that's how he wants to contribute to life. All right, DJ Wendy, did you have any other thoughts or comments on any of that? Hey, and Concha, are you still live? I got a question for you if you are. And you're welcome, Jenny. Just okay. Do you want any clarifying questions? Do you want to ask anything and we pull some more cards on it? That was a lot thrown at you. That really was. My heart goes to you. And you could probably rewatch this a couple times and hear, because I gave you like there's a lot of next steps in there. There's a lot of inner children I pointed out to heal and all that. All right, I'll wait like 10 more seconds, Wendy. If not, I'm going to assume that you're good. And Concha, if you're live, let me know. Or Antoinette, if you're live too, let me know. I want to ask a personal question. All right, I'm not seeing any follow-up questions. Guys, this was such a fun show. I hope you enjoyed Monday's version of High Vibe Mornings with Kelly Lunt. I do it every weekday, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I just come live for 30 minutes, channel a general message for the collective. So if you can't join live, you can at least come back and get a personal message in the very beginning. For those of you who are able to join live, I stay live with personal reads. If you guys want the show to continue past 30 minutes, that's when I ask for super chat donations in the amount of suggested amount of $20 if you want me to answer your personal question after the free section of 30 minutes. So Concha, I'm trying to figure out if this shirt is in my color or not. So are your eyes more drawn to my face or more drawn to my shirt? Like, I just can't decide if this shirt is my color or not. Okay, so guys, if you do want me to answer your personal question, now would be a good time to smash that super chat button. Once Concha answers is this shirt my color or not? I know, right? Yes, I'm looking forward to Vipassana at the end of the month. Or you can do Vipassana. That's cool. And again, guys, the perfectionism makes sense. Yeah, once you let go of the perfectionism, DJ, your creativity, you'll start getting like ideas, and you'll start being able to embrace what you actually enjoy doing. Your life will start to get more in the flow. Come close to the camera. Give me a full view. Oh, that's right. You're normally on your phone. Um, no, I'm curious about love. All right, well, that's a new question. So we'll do that one either tomorrow in the free section or smash that super chat button and I'll do it today. Guys, are your eyes more drawn to my face or more drawn to my shirt? I think it's my face. I think it's my color. I think. I'm not sure. I get it. It's about focusing on the positive. Focusing on the positive. Mm, there's a little bit of focusing on the positive in there for you, DJ, but it's not just focusing on the positive. I like it a lot. It's very vibrant. Okay, I guess it is my color. Um, like there was focus on the positive in that message, but it was also like about embracing that everyone has unique preferences, and the more that we can allow people to move towards their unique preferences, like if Elon Musk wants to be the one getting us satellite internet everywhere, if he wants to be the one, oh, super chat, Karina, what is your question? Or you just want the show to keep going and me to pull general cards? I'm happy to do either. And thank you for the super chat, supporting the show. It's like embracing that this is my passion. I talked about those 3 kind of different levels of being. If you're in the complex, you're like, oh, I can't be happy because I'm worried about like Elon Musk and Trump being in office. Like, guys, what I'm doing is every time someone new gets into office, it's like, okay, what do I feel safe about with this person as the president? What do I not feel safe about? And I was like, okay, well, under Trump, here's some things that I like that I think will happen, and here's some areas where I don't feel the safest. And then I focus on that list and I go, okay, well, how can I feel safer in those? And then I build my plan accordingly. And my list for Kamala or Trump, they were both very different. Okay, under her, here's where I feel safe, here's where I don't. So that's when you're in the third, like Satori, you're just at Zen, you're just at like, it is what it is. I see the outside world, right? A little kid who's like 5 is like, who's president? Whatever. Can we go play Superwoman and eat sandwiches, right? But the Satori person can be, okay, this person's in there. Here's what I don't like about it, but here's what I'm going to do about it. And it's once you embrace it, it's about allowing people to go towards their unique preferences. That's when your life's going to get better. And that's not just about just focus on the positive. That's like this is who I am. I like helping people with like tarot cards and getting insights, those internal shifts. Some people attack me for, oh, you're just a parrot of spirit. You don't know anything. You just shut your eyes and let spirit do it. Some people also go, what are your certifications? My Becoming Who You Really Are course, I read a handful of psychology books. I went down a 2-year meditation path. I went down a 2-year path of reading family psychology, childhood development, different psychology fields. And I put together a course. There's some people out there who are going to attack me and go, you're not certified. You're just stealing people's money. Yet every single person who has taken that course has gone from feeling shackled with guilt for saying no to being able to say it. Like, it's not only like a no, like an obvious duh, but even like a no, why would you even think you could ask me that? They've gone from feeling a hole in their heart to feeling lovable and worthy of love. And there's 7 modules, so there's so much more that people get in there. And another shift that they get is sometimes when you get around like people from your past, like your parents or whatever, you've like done all this personal growth and then you go visit for the holidays and you revert back to the old you. This solves that. You'll just be the new you and you'll be like, no, that's not something I'd want to do. That's a helpful course, whether I got a master's in psychology or not. I almost got a minor in psychology when I was at UC Berkeley. But I'm embracing that I like psychology and spirituality. And because of that, check it out, because I didn't spend the time to get certified and go down that path, which would have just made me a psychologist and not doing the cool shit I'm doing now, is I went down the path of researching and reading all those books. And then it was, okay, universe, great. I now understand why I have that hole in my heart. At the age of 2, when I was going through all that abuse, I missed out on what's called the unconditional love phase in psychology. Here's what that would have looked like if I had a healthy caregiver. Well, I don't call it healthy caregiver because I don't want to judge my parents. They did. I'm where I'm at, and from here on, it's all on me of where my life goes, you know? But that would have looked like when you're 2, if you show up angry and mad and your parents disown you or your caregivers disown you, um, you don't develop a healthy unconditional love phase, which is you're worthy of love no matter what emotion you show up as. That would have looked like your parents going, "Oh, honey, I could see how mad you are away that I turned the TV off. It's okay, cry. I know that you're mad. You just wanted to watch it. Well, cry." When the baby's done crying, it's like, "It's time to brush your teeth, though. We got to brush your teeth and go to bed." But you can understand why an adult, this is why I don't want to say healthy adult or not, because you can understand why an adult would be a little like, I'm just trying to make sure she gets her teeth brushed and she goes to bed at a routine. That's what helps kids develop better. And she gets mad at me. Like, that's understandable why an adult can have a reaction to that. Um, so the psychology books helped explain it's the unconditional love phase, what age that's developed at, age 2, what it would have looked like if it developed naturally, harmonically. Um, but it didn't solve what to do now. It gave a lot of coping mechanisms. It gave how to have it hurt less. When I turned into my spirituality, I went, spirit guides, what's up? Yo, what do we do? Right? I was then guided to 3 paths with other spiritual workers, and they went, here's the meditation to make, put it in your course. Right? I have a unique custom program because I followed my preferences and what I like doing, and people now like feel lovable. Their relationships for the rest of their life are completely changed. They're not damaged to just repeat the relationships that they saw their parents have the rest of their life. They're going to develop whole new ones. They're completely different. Okay, my rant's done. Let me see. Did Karina ask her question? I think it frames your face well with the focus on you. Okay, thank you. Okay, that means it is in my color if the focus is on my face. It goes with your glasses. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Okay. Karina, I'd like some guidance on a career path. I have a few passions that don't seem to be turning out how I'd like. Thank you. Okay, interesting. What do you got to say to Karina for that one, guys? Do you want to channel? Do you want to pull some tarot cards? Pull some tarot cards and we'll come in as needed. Okay, so I have a few passions that don't seem to be turning out. Oh, interesting. You want to know why? Because you're focusing on the ones that you think will make money, not the ones that you truly love. And so it's here's the ones that I think will make money. I'll launch them, or it will be if it's something you love, it will be what do I need to launch that will make money? So your focus is on because there's a fear of money in your overall energy. Or so it's either a fear of money, limiting belief, or something from childhood, or it's what if I go all out in something I love and I fall on my face? How will I eat if I fail? So there's some sort of like money fear, scarcity there. So because of that, instead of focusing on what you love doing and going, universe, this is what I love doing. How do I monetize it? Show me how to monetize it. Show me how to feel comfortable and confident in it. And if this is helping you, you would really like my Law of Attraction course. It gives a lot of examples about manifesting new business in there. This is what I love doing. I love helping people. I'm going to use Concha as an example. She loves doing yoga, and not only yoga for how to stretch your body out, the anatomy of your body, which she studied. She also studied the meridians in your body, and I don't know everything she said. Bioengineerics. I don't remember. That's not all right. I like doing people's inner worlds and emotions. So I can't list off all her credentials right now. But if you ever have a yoga session from her, not only does your body feel stretched out and good, you have like your chi, your life force energy is just flowing and oh so good. You feel vibrant. So that would be like her going, okay, what do I need to launch to make this much money, Spirit? The energy drops when it's, okay, I love helping people in this way. Who are the people who need that? What would you have me offer them? She was then given the idea to launch not a workshop, to launch a retreat. And she mentioned it in one of her classes and it like sold out. One lady bought all the spots for her and her family. And to be clear, that was Concha fully on her own. She has done courses with me, but that was all her on her own, not under my coaching guidance, manifesting that beautifulness for herself. But just, do you see the difference there, Karina? It was, I like helping people. I like working in group settings. I want a little bit of like girl time and camaraderie. And I think I do want to launch over into to a retreat. It was focusing on what she loves, and it's, I love this. How do I monetize it? How does someone just like me, all my fears, all my insecurities, how does someone just like me monetize this thing that I love so that I can also feel good and love my life? I would show up so much better for my clients with money in my bank account. I want to show up at my best for my clients' universe. So guide me to that. Um, okay, Karina. So let's give her some more advice on her love scarcity thing. Oh, honestly, you're afraid of having too much fun. You're afraid of appearing whimsical. There's a little bit of I'm afraid of not being respected. And it's like you don't want to fight the fight to prove that what you do is worthy of money. And so this is step 4, law of attraction. So step 4 is that when you're so good at receiving that your life feels like ask, receive, the synchronistic flow. But another component of step 4 is also when you are dominantly in your own point of attraction. So that means when you have that deep knowing of what I do is worth money, people love it. And when you're around people and they're like, how do you support yourself? You just look at them and it's like, oh, interesting. I guess they don't like this. What a shame. It would benefit them. What they say, what they think doesn't even affect you, right? Like, I live in the Bible Belt. So when I first started this, and I was making $20,000, $30,000 a month at the time, like I was hiring an Uber driver just because I didn't want to drive. It was like at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I hired an Uber driver to drive me to the movies. And he asked me what I do for it. He's like, you're going to the movie theater at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday? I was like, yeah. He's like, what do you do? I told him, I was like, oh, like I'm a spiritual guide and a tarot reader. And he's like, oh my God, honey, how are you going to support yourself and eat and live? Like, do you want, like, where are your parents? Where's your family? We could pick, I don't know where they are, but my mom will come and pick you up on Sunday and we'll get you into church. I just kind of looked at him and went, oh, well, no offense, but I'm hiring you 2 p.m. on a Wednesday to drive me to the movie theaters. Like, I'm not worried about rent. Does that make sense, Karina? Like that's step 4. But then I've also had periods in my life where I had family members say, oh my God, the pandemic hit. You're going to be your first thing that people fire. You're a luxury good. And I didn't stick to my point of attraction. I went to, oh my God, what if they're right? What if they're right? Now I wasn't in my point of attraction, which is my industry is, I'm in the self-help industry. The self-help industry is the biggest industry. And not only that, it's the one that when times are going well, there's a bump because people want to invest in themselves and keep going. When times are going bad, the industry explodes even more. Right? When I was there, that's when I was making $20,000, $30,000 a month. Once I paid attention to some of those family members, it was like, oh, wait, what if they're right? And so sure enough, my business started doing this. So it's step 4. This is what I love doing. And the people who are attracting what I'm putting out are coming to me. I'm becoming a vibrational match for those who are seeking what I love doing, and it feels win-win. They're like, this is just what I was looking for. How do I pay? Right. And this is all explained in the law of attraction course. Okay. And so there's something about your love life that's holding your money back. It's not clear exactly what it is about your love life that's holding your money back. It's not clear. It looks like there's a limiting belief in there. And the only one it's not clear what exactly it is, which either means you're not ready to hear it yet, or maybe it shouldn't be done in a public forum. One example that's coming to mind though, is there was I was doing really, really well in business, and another little mini crash I had, it was, okay, I want to get married now. Then it was wait, men don't like financially successful women. They like the young 18-year-olds who are just fun and playful. So I crashed my business because of that. I had to find that thought and go, oh, wait a second. And then I was drawn to all these examples of men loving and marrying and starting families with successful women. And it's like, okay, I can be successful again. So there is a little limiting block around that. Okay, does she need to hear anything else about these businesses that she's trying? Okay, yeah, in terms of the I'm gonna launch this because I need money and or I'm gonna launch this one because I think this is the one that will make more money. This is what I really love doing. Universe, show me how to monetize this. Show me how to feel confident in it. Show me how to vibrate at the vibration that just calls in the clients who want this in. A lot of like one of your like kind of karmic lessons you came down to learn is this is what I like to create. I'm gonna step into my leadership energy and just it's okay if I'm not everyone's cup of tea. This is what I like doing, and this is my clarity. And it's allowing your business ideas to be more simple. Right now my business idea is write the copy for this course. Then it's get the sign up buttons working for this course. Then it's get the signups for everything on your website down pat. Then they're putting an idea in my head to do a VIP intensive for people who are nervous about the holidays and going home to family and like when you do all this healing and then you go back home and you revert back to being a child around them. They're like, launch a VIP intensive for that. So you see how all of those are one step at a time and simple? Yeah, seeds of doubt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like, they're gonna go like, nope, here is my crystal clear idea. This is what I'm gonna focus on and work on right now. Sure, can there be frustration, especially if there's that fear of money there? Everyone's like, okay, universe, writing the sales copy for this course doesn't bring in a client right now. Okay, universe, great. Going live and doing a free spiritual show every day, saying, hey, if you want the show to continue, I do ask for donations of $20. Like, that's great. You've been making me between $40 to $100 every week off that. But best case scenario, that's $400 a month. That doesn't pay the rent. But it's not about that. This is what I love doing. And if this is my next step, okay, so maybe this next month, I can't spend too much money. But if I keep doing what I enjoy doing and I keep taking the next step, right? So do you see how over time I wrote the copy? I'll soon get the sign up buttons. I'll then be oh my God, people can actually now sign up. So I'll be feeling better. I'll be, all right, universe, you know everything that's in this course. You know the people who need this. You know the people who want this. You know the people who are going to think it's the best, awesome price to be at. And everything that I'm saying right now, my law of attraction course breaks this down in far more detail about like all the ways I'm like framing this. So universe, guide me to them. So do you see how once I have that page finalized, my next action steps will change and be different. And this number will probably go from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, right? Yes, this is true. I feel like because I'm not as successful as I like, I believe I don't have much to offer. Oh, fuck that, Karina. That's that perfectionism we were talking about. That's why I was saying it's not just positive thinking. It's about letting go of that. I have to be absolutely perfect, so I've never been married. I've been engaged. I've had long-term relationships, but I've never been married. You would not believe how many clients I've had they always say, they word it in some way like this. My dating life was the Sahara Desert before I met you, and now I'm married my Italian stallion. I've also had people who like, I think my marriage is going to break up. I've been able to work with them and they're like, oh my God, we're like 20-year-olds again, making out like we're in high school. We're having so much fun. I love him so much. And so that's one thing too, that's something that's different between like the medical industry and the coaching industry. People like psychologists, doctors, lawyers, they get their credibility from their certificate, from the I've studied this line of path. I'm an expert in it. I know it. Their credibility comes from that. Coaching comes from experience, right? There's some people who are going to want to work with psychologists who really studied and know the ins and outs of narcissists to leave their narcissistic husband. There's other people who are, oh, you lived with a diagnosed narcissist as a mom and you've been able to travel the world, you've been able to start a business, you've been able to move states and start your own thing. I want someone who actually lived through it to help me lead my narcissist. Those are two distinct types of people. And even though I'm a coach, so most of the time I gravitate towards coaches because I don't want the theoretical knowledge, the book knowledge, oh, here's the 20 signs of a narcissist. I'm like, no, just tell me how the F to leave them, Or like, no, I don't want to take a marketing course where you teach me the 20 different ways to write a funnel. I just want the damn funnel that's going to work for me, right? So I hire the coach. But then there's other times where I'm like, no, actually, I want the person who's read the 100 books on that topic, the person who's going to intellectually stimulate me. So I even go back and forth between the two. But it's definitely recognizing that coaches are hired for their experience. And that's another difference too between like consultant and coaches. If you're a lawyer, you're hired because you are an expert in that one thing. And they do expect you to be the best of the best, the top 1%. A coach is hired for your experience and that you're able to intuitively look at someone and go, oh, here's what you need to get where you want to be, right? Olympian athletes and Olympian coaches. Not all coaches have won a gold medal, but all gold medal Olympian athletes have had an Olympian coach. So coaches, I hope that helps you, Karina, a lot. Good luck with all of that. Everyone, I'm available for personal readings right now. That is not going to be an option for forever, by the way. So if you do want a personal reading with me, I'm still offering those right now as I'm getting my website polished and all the links working. Right soon, I'm going to move back over just to like masterminds and VIP intensives and retreats. But if you want a personal reading, they're only $300. You get me for a full hour. All the problems you want solved, spirit, tarot cards, everything, all my focus on you to solve your problems. So you can do that. My Law of Attraction course is up and running. You can buy it, do it yourself, and take it at your own pace at your own home. There's modules, there's PDFs, there's meditations, there's live FAQs. And my Becoming Who You Really Are course will be available soon. And lastly, I do this show for free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you everyone who tuned in. I hope you had a high vibe morning and hope to see you guys again. Lots of love. Bye guys.